All right, we're in.
Okay, going live on Instagram.
Okay, I'm live. Here we go.
You're
Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay, terrific. Hey, good morning. I'm Mel Robbins. I am the best-selling author of The 5-Second Rule and the creator of the 5-Second Journal. And this is Coffee Talk. This is my live weekday broadcast where I bring you behind the scenes and I give you a little push, a little bit of empowerment that you need to go about your day a little bit differently. And when you start going about your day a little bit differently, it changes your life. I'm going to talk to my daughter for a second, who is running this live stream. Sawyer, will you pull up the shades? Because there's so many shadows on my glasses that I think if we let a lot of natural light in, the broadcast will be a little bit better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, my glasses are crooked. My lipstick is too dark. I am judging myself. There goes Chris. Goodbye, Chris. And hello, you. So I'm so happy that you're here, and I want to welcome those of you that are part of our Spring It On experience. If you've never seen this before, welcome to the party. We are doing a 4-week spring cleaning for your life. If you're...
1 second.
Uh-oh, hold on. What's happening?
It's not live on Instagram, but it says it is.
Okay.
There's one viewer. Should I?
Yeah, I would start over on Instagram.
Okay.
Thank you for being patient while we have technical difficulties. I love it when things screw up while we're on a live stream. And the reason why is it shows you the importance of just getting started. It shows you that you can try things and do things and not have them go perfectly, and you can still survive it. What's wrong, Sawyer?
It was on my Instagram. 1 second.
Oh, Sawyer. My daughter was going live on her Instagram, not our Instagram. So thank you for your patience while we figure this little snafu out. And I love having little snafus behind the scenes, because I know a lot of you look at our social media platform and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, Mel, look how many people follow her. She's so much bigger than me. I can't get started because I don't know how to do this. And what I love showing you is that even when you do this almost every day, things still screw up. Even when you have people that are supporting you in doing it, things still screw up. Let me know when we're live on Instagram. Are we live? We're almost live. And so you should not wait until things are perfect for you to get started. And in fact, if that is something that you struggle with, perfectionism, and it keeps you from getting started, it keeps you from living your life to the fullest, then let me tell you something, you need to join Spring It On. Hello, if you're watching on Instagram, I just want to take a second and acknowledge you. We went live on my daughter's Instagram account, not my Instagram account earlier. And so welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm Mel Robbins. This is our behind the scenes weekday broadcast where I give you the tools you need to go about your day in a more empowering way. We're talking about Spring It On. We're in the 3rd week of doing a spring cleaning for your life. You're not behind if you're not part of this program. We have an incredible question today about visualization. We have an incredible question today from Margo about what happens when you set a goal and you don't do it, and then you beat yourself up. If you've ever done that, this is a broadcast that you are meant to watch. And I know that you often watch Coffee Talk with me, Mel Robbins, and you go, wow, that's exactly what I needed to hear today. And today's question is a doozy. So before I jump into Margo's question, which I love, for those of you that are not part of Spring It On, to be part of our 4-week spring cleaning for your life, your relationships, your mindset, and your habits, all you got to do is go to melrobbins.com/springiton. The second you put your email in there, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to send you an email. It's going to recap everything that we've covered so you haven't missed a thing. We're going to give you a link to the playlists on YouTube, and we're going to send you links to the PDFs that go along with each week. We are in week 3, and week 3 is all about learning how to boost your belief. This handy dandy workbook here that my team put together is outstanding. And I don't know how many pages long it is. I'm a page number freak, and there are no page numbers on this. But this is at least 14 pages long. And trust me when I tell you, you want to get a copy of this because every single day it is filled with short little exercises that take less than 5 minutes to do. And this week in particular, if you turn to page day 3, you're going to find exercises that are all about the science of visualization, the importance of visualization. And that brings me to the question that we have today for Coffee Talk from Margo, that I'm going to not only address how you deal with the letdown and the regret that you feel when you make a big goal and then you don't do it, and how you climb out of that regret, and then how you use science-backed tools to coach yourself and push yourself to move forward. All right, so today's question, and if you ever have a question for me, it's very simple how you ask it. Go to ask, or just put it on social media and use the hashtag AskMel. Tag me so I can find you, okay? We reach 2 million people a day across social media platforms, so please tag me, use the hashtag AskMel, and your question could be featured on an upcoming broadcast. The other thing that you can do if you want my help is you can always go to melrobbins.com/TV, and you can fill out the form and apply to be a guest on my brand new daytime syndicated talk show that is launching this fall nationwide 5 days a week. So those are always available to you. So today's Ask Mel comes from Margo. I love this question so much. Are you ready? Mel, I signed up to run a half marathon 6 months ago, and I'm so embarrassed to admit I didn't end up running it. I lost the money I had paid to enter the race, which was donated to charity regardless, and I lied to my family and friends, telling them I twisted my ankle, and that's why I couldn't run. Okay, confession time. How many of you have lied and made up a reason? See my hand going up? I've certainly done this in my past. You've made up a reason why you bailed on something. And you know in your heart it's because you didn't put in the work and you got scared, but you lied about it. How many of you have done that to yourself? I think we all have, haven't we? That you have these big plans, you don't do the work, and then you're embarrassed that you didn't do the work, and so you shrink and you lie, and that's exactly what Margo did. I couldn't bring myself to train, and by the time the half marathon was here, I knew there was no way I'd make the 13.1 miles. Every Monday, I'd tell myself, this is the week I'm going to start training, but somehow I had an excuse to skip my run every time. Here are some of the excuses she used. I bet you're going to relate to these. Running that much sounded intimidating. I found other things to do, like laundry instead, or go to the grocery store, or my favorite show was on. What is it that I always say, you guys? There will always be an excuse not to do the things you need to do, particularly the things that scare you. And that's exactly what happened to Margo. The thought of running over 10 miles pretty much paralyzed me. I've barely run over 2 miles in my entire life. Now, here's what's interesting. So I'm not surprised that the idea of thinking about the big goal paralyzed her in the moment. And the reason why I'm not surprised is I say this all the time to you, don't I? That you have to dream, you have to visualize, and we're going to talk about the science of visualization. But the truth is, I feel like my shirt's unbuttoned a little low here. Hold on. I don't want you to visualize what's happening right here, especially for a woman my age. So I'm going to button this up right now. I started getting a little distracted by that. I have a jog bra on. I know that's TMI, so it's not like you'd see anything scandalous, but still. There we go. I feel a little bit better now, don't you? Good. So, one of the reasons why I talk about visualization and why I talk about the importance of setting goals is because that's what points the light in the direction to head. But then it's all about daily progress. That's what the 5-second journal is all about. If you're interested in looking at my journaling methodology, this is something that takes less than 5 minutes a day. The questions that you fill out every day take less than 5 seconds to answer. And by the way, if you don't want to buy it, it's totally cool with me. It is super thick. It's really cool. It's really amazing to carry around. You're going to absolutely love it. And I think it's less than $20 on Amazon. But If you don't have the coin for that, totally got you covered anyway. Just go to 5secondjournal.com and you can download the templates for free and try it for free, because I'm all about making sure that you have the tools that you need to change your life. Because running 13 miles isn't about running 13 miles. It's about running 1 mile and then running 1.5 miles and then running 1.75 miles. It's about the little progress that you make. And that's what this journal is all about. It's easy to dream. It's really hard to do. And I want to teach you how you use some simple things to push through the excuses that are always going to be there and the fear that's always going to be there, so that you can do what you need to do every day in order to inch yourself closer to whatever that big goal is, whether the goal is running a half marathon, whether the goal is starting a business, whether the goal is changing jobs, whether the goal is finding the courage to end a relationship that doesn't work for you, whether the goal is to commit to a healthier lifestyle, whether that means eating differently or cutting gluten out, whatever that means for you, that's what I want to empower you to do. So I just want to ask Sawyer a question real quick, because I'm noticing the live stream is kind of going like this. Is everything okay with the broadcast? Before I jump into the advice, I'm thinking it might be, and I'm thinking we're cool. Yep. Okay. So here's the kicker of Margo's question. Are you ready, everybody? The reason why I signed up for the half marathon was to build up to running a full marathon in honor of my brother, who passed away a few years ago. He loved running and ran in our city's marathon every year. I don't want to give up on my goal of completing a marathon, but I feel like such a quitter. Doesn't your heart feel really sad for Margo right now? I mean, she's got this big goal. She wants to run a half marathon as part of her training for a full marathon. She wants to do this in honor of her brother. And now she feels like a quitter. How do I reach my goal when I'm so intimidated by what the outcome is? First of all, Margo, thank you. Thank you for this question. Thank you for providing the details, because now I can give you specific advice to you. And as you listen to the advice that I'm going to give to Margo, I guarantee you there's something in it that you're meant to hear. So one of the things that I found interesting about Margo's question is that she had signed up to run a half marathon because she dreams of running a full marathon in her city as a tribute to her brother who died. And something that I'm curious about, and you're obviously not on this live stream, Margo, so I can't ask you directly, but one of the things I want you to think about is, I wonder if in a weird way there was something about your own grief journey that is having you feel really scared to commit to this. That in running and doing something in honor of your brother, you're actually going to be really present to him every day. And that makes you profoundly sad. That in doing something like this, it really brings forth how much you miss him. And so it's not just the intimidating aspect of, God, I'm going to get like really choked up when I think about this, you guys. I don't know why I'm about to cry, but it's not just the intimidating factor of running that far. It's that, like, in doing it, it's sort of like closing a chapter, if you will, and starting a new one. And that's really, really hard. And so I kind of have this feeling that underneath all this stuff that you're talking about, there's something really emotional and painful that is not complete for you. And it's really important for you to identify and be honest about that. And then I want you to use a strategy that I call a number of different things. Sometimes I call it think this, not that. Sometimes I call it thought reversal. Sometimes I call it thought substitution. And one of the most important things about obstacle, oh my God, I got something in my throat. Hold on. We interrupt this very profound message with a coughing attack from Mel Robbins. Oh my God. Something, yeah, I got water in here. There's literally something stuck right here in my throat. I don't know what it is. Excuse me. Anyway, you can thank me for doing that, because now nobody's crying anymore. That when you identify what's really the pain point underneath, when you shine a light on it, you immediately get emotional like I just did. But then it gives you the chance to reframe it. Once you see it, you can deal with it. And I think you're still dealing with grief. And I think running this marathon symbolizes something very powerful. And right now, because you're not thinking about it in that way, it's creating this emotional barrier to actually getting it done. I want you to turn your love for your brother and this tribute that you want to give to him into the thing that's fueling you. So let me give you some advice about how you deal with this. If you are like Margo and you have a big goal and you've started but you didn't complete it and now you feel like a quitter, I want you to go a little bit deeper underneath all of the excuses. I don't have time, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that, I'm intimidated. And I want you to ask yourself, what are you truly afraid of? Because it's probably a deeper fear that is in your subconscious that is keeping you from doing this thing. That's number one. Number two, I want you to get back to the reason why you were inspired to do this in the first place. So in Margo's case, she really wants to do this as a tribute to her brother. So let's use that in a positive way. Let's lead with that. And so Margo, what I want you to do is I want you to use a science-backed tool called visualization to your advantage. Now, before you go south on me and you go, oh, for crying out loud, are we going to talk about this woo-woo crap where I sit here and I imagine? Yes and no. There's hard science around visualization, but I've noticed that most people only explain 50% of what you're supposed to do. But it's critical that you understand the two-step process of what you're going to do in terms of visualization. Yes, you should create a vision board. What does that mean? Print out pictures of you and your brother. Print out pictures of your brother running. Print out pictures of you being happy. Print out pictures of the race. Print out the date and have that visually in front of you to anchor you. That's number one. Okay, regardless of what your goal is, that's number one. All of the symbols around not only what is that goal and achieving it look like, but what is the date and what are the photos that bring forth the emotion that you're going to feel when you complete it. And that's this piece of visualization that everybody misses, that the science says is the most important. You can't just write down your goals. It won't work. You can't just put up a board with photos on it. It won't work. You have to do the second part, which is you have to imagine yourself taking the steps to get there, not the end goal. You have to visualize yourself on a run going 2 miles. You have to visualize yourself 3 months from now going on a run in the rain for 5 miles. You got to visualize yourself walking around Dick's Sporting Goods or, whatever, TJ Maxx, looking for a pair of running shorts. You've got to visualize yourself doing a training run 7 months from now. You've got to visualize yourself doing the work. And then here's the critical piece. You don't visualize the end, you visualize the steps. This is powerful research out of UCLA. This is what will make visualization work. Not just the pretty end game, but visualize the steps that you're taking to get there. And then here's the kicker. Are you ready for the most important research? You've got to allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with it. And see, this is why I don't think, Margo, you were able to complete your goal. Because part of the feeling of completing this goal for you is about feeling deeply connected to your brother who died a couple of years ago. And that's painful. And I want you to take this experience and turn that pain into something that's powerful, that fuels you. I want you to be present to him every day. I want him there with you on the training runs. I want this to be an experience where you feel deeply connected to him. So again, let me recap this. You've got to make your visual board. It's a really powerful thing to do for sure, But then I want you to visualize yourself every day doing the steps leading up to it. This is research from UCLA. And I want you to allow yourself to feel the emotions. Feel the emotions that you will feel as you're doing those things. Feel pride. Feel excited. Feel yourself being empowered because you went out and ran in the rain. That is critical. If you want to know more about visualization, if I did this amazing video for our program Mindset Reset, and if you go to YouTube and you literally just type in the words Mel Robbins visualization, you will find a video that we did all about the science of visualization that covers this research in tremendous detail. You can also go to the 5secondjournal.com if you don't already have a 5-second journal, and you can download the journaling sheets for free. And it's a super simple way to journal. Which way? Okay. Super simple way to journal. These questions take you less than 5 seconds to answer, and they're designed to get you to do the tiny things every day that help you make progress on your goals. I know you can do it. You gotta look and recognize what is the fear that's holding you back, and it's always deeper than the excuses. Oh, I procrastinate. Oh, I would rather watch Netflix. Oh, I'm intimidated. There's something deeper. Figure it out, unearth it, and then we want to use thought reversal and visualization to remember why you want this, and use the why and why you're inspired to do this as a way to anchor you as you visualize using science. And again, make your vision board, yes, but visualize yourself doing the work and feel the emotions associated with doing the work. And research shows that when you visualize yourself doing the steps to take and make your vision come true, will make you scientifically more likely to succeed than just simply visualizing the outcome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Picture yourself tying your shoes, putting on your leggings, running to the end of the block and back. All of that stuff counts. And here's another quick tip for those of you that are struggling with exercise. You can use something that I call an environmental trigger. An environmental trigger is a positive trigger that you place in your way to remind you of your goal. Every night, Margo, before you go to bed, lay your running clothes out on the floor of your closet. When you walk in that next morning, boom! What's the trigger right there? And you want to have a bigger trigger? Put out your favorite picture of your brother right there too. I'm trying not to cry. Because that would work. That would work for me. So if you want to be part of Spring It On, if you want more information about visualization, this is a week 3 of our free Spring Clean Your Life program, Spring It On. Just go to melrobbins.com/springiton and we'll send you this handy little free workbook for week 3. It's like 15 pages long, and it's all about the science of boosting your beliefs. And there's a lot of exercises here that will help you master the science of visualization. This is simple things to do, and it has powerful impact on your life. And by the way, I send out a letter every single Thursday or Friday. We're a little loose here at Mel Robbins because life happens a lot, and I had surgery on Monday, as many of you know, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all the direct messages that you folks have been sending, all the comments that you've been putting on social media. The surgery went dynamite. I'm feeling great. I cannot wait to get back into the flow of exercising again. I had surgery, in case you're unaware, I had surgery to address incontinence. I have had 3 children. I've run 4 marathons, and I have had 2 decades worth of struggling with leaking. And you want to know something interesting? 50% of women my age have trouble with incontinence. And 25% of you guys over the age of 50 have trouble with it too. And you know, only 2/3 of women never even talk to their doctor about it. And so I'm talking very openly about it because I think it's so important that you not struggle in private. You can't believe how many people share the same struggles you do. And it's only through having the courage to be open that you will realize you're not alone. And through the courage of being open, you'll also start to find and realize that there are solutions to almost every problem you face in life if you're willing to talk about it. And so that's why I talk about it. And so back to today, we're sending out a letter. We've got more than 400,000 people that receive this private letter from me. It's very personal. Every single Friday, sometimes Thursday, and today's all about fear, like uncovering that deeper fear that's stopping you. And so it dovetails really nicely with the conversation that we had today and the question that we answered for Margo. And so if you're interested in jumping on that list, I invite you personally to receive the letter that I write every week. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm not going to spam you. I don't sell your names. It's just literally my way to stay more deeply connected to you and to share more intimately what's going on in my life and what I'm dealing with and learning. So just go to melrobbins.com/newsletter, and you can not only read the archives, but you can put your name on the list. And I don't think the newsletter's gone out yet today. So you will still be able to receive it if you go to melrobbins.com/newsletter. Anyway, in case nobody else tells you today, for those of you that are new, I always end my live broadcast the same way, and I plan to end my television broadcast the exact same way too. In case nobody else tells you today, I want to make sure that I tell you that I love you and I believe in you, because I believe that there are little things that you are capable of doing to change how you think and to change the way that you go about your day, and that will ultimately change your life. And that's why I'm here every weekday to help you. Spring it on, baby. So next week, we are talking about habits and giving your habits a spring cleaning. And so if you're interested in boosting your habits, if you're interested in getting the workbook when we send it out right away, just go to melrobbins.com/springiton if you haven't already signed up, and you can be part of our free spring cleaning experience. I hope I see you in your inbox when I send out that personal letter in about an hour or so. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. And I will be back live. I'm sure I'm going to be back live on Monday. So I will see you on Monday to kick off the 4th week of Spring It On. And again, if you need anything over the weekend, I am a social media mainliner. You can always find me there and my team members there. You can always ask a question by going to social media, posting it, tagging me, and use the hashtag AskMel. And also, if you're interested in getting one-on-one coaching, please go to melrobbins.com and check out the TV show. There's a form on there where you can apply to be a guest. We've had nearly 1,000 people apply to be a guest on the Mel Robbins Show, which is airing nationwide September 16th in just 3 weeks. Do not let that be a sign that you should not apply. Let that encourage you that this is a show that could help you change your life, that this is a show that's committed to real people, real problems, real issues, and with really inspiring and helping you to be more powerful, to feel more in control, and to do the small things that will help you live the life that you not only deserve, but that you want to be living. Alrighty, have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you on social media, and I'll see you next week on our next Coffee Talk.